The first key a Bible student must master is to train his mind to observe carefully the words in a Bible passage. The first skill a Bible student must master is to train his mind to observe carefully the words in a passage. Too many of us are in the habit of reading scripture without really saying anything, without really thinking about what we are reading. In fact, sometimes we do not even see all the words in a passage. We read the passage, we omit one or two words. So, and that sometimes leads to what I call wrong quotation, and definitely it will lead to misinterpretation. How do you observe or probe a Bible passage? How do you observe or probe a Bible passage? By asking questions. You probe a Bible passage by asking questions. And there are 6 observations questions that you can ask. There are 6 observations questions that you can ask. And they are what, where, when, how, why, and who. I repeat. What, where, when, how, why, and who. The first question to ask in a passage is the question of who. The first question to ask in a Bible passage when you are doing your observation is the question of who. Who is the author of the book? Like I said in last section when I was talking about Psalm 90, and I said who is the author of Psalm 90? Of course, by now all of us know the answer. The author or the writer is Moses. You see, you can also ask who is the author of Psalm 84. So the author of Psalm 84 is not David either. So they are sons of Korah. Sons of Korah. So you can also ask to whom was the book written under who questions. Who is the author of the book, or who is the writer of the book? To whom was the book written? So you can also ask who are the characters in the book? Who are the characters in the passage? Who is speaking? To whom is he speaking? These are the questions you can ask under who question. Now, these questions are very, very important. Do you know that something that people have generalized today that they are not meant to be generalized? Because when the author was speaking, he was not addressing the general people. Maybe the author was speaking to a particular set of people, a particular tribe at a particular time. So, and which means that that message, maybe it was relevant to that particular time alone. So, and that is why you need to know who is speaking and who is he speaking. Is he a doctrine to the church? Is he a passage to the church? Is he a passage to the Jew? So, these are the things that will come to fore if you do a thorough observation question. So, we go to question number 2. The observation question 2. And that is the question what? What is the atmosphere of this book? Is he friendly? Is he harsh? Is he loving? So you look at the atmosphere of the book. There are some books that sound like discipline, judgment, punishment. You understand? So you ask yourself, what's the atmosphere of this book? What is the theme of this passage? Or what the theme of this book? What's the author's general topic? So what's the passage saying about the topic, about that general topic? What's the context of the passage? Because without understanding the context of a passage, you cannot really get the intent or the intention of the writer. And when you don't know the intention of the writer, definitely you cannot know the interpretation of the passage. So what's the context of the passage? What are the commands given, if there are commandments in that passage? What are the promises given? These are the questions that one can ask under what. Now, before I leave the question what, there is still another aspect of this question that you can ask, like the second leg of question what. And these are the questions like, what kind of literature is found in this book? What kind of literature is found in this book? As a Bible student, you must understand that the Bible contains many books, and all these books are not the same. So they are categorized under different literature. For instance, you can see a historical narrative book such as Genesis and Luke. Genesis, Luke, they are categorized under narrative books, historical narrative book. You ask yourself, this book I'm reading, is it an historical narrative book, or is it a poetry such as Psalms and Job? Is it a poetry such as Psalm and Job? Is it a letter such as New Testament epistles, to general epistles and Pauline epistles? You ask yourself, this book, is it an epistle? Is it a letter? Or is it an apocalyptic literature? Is it an apocalyptic book such as Revelation and Daniel? Or is it a prophetic book? Or is it a parable? Each different type of literature needs to be observed and interpreted differently. I repeat, each different type of literature needs to be observed and interpreted differently. Books of the Bible are not the same. So you need to understand the type of literature, the particular book you are reading, and that will determine the kind of observation you are going to do. So, and of literature, the particular book you are reading, and that will determine the kind of observation you are going to do. So, and that will also determine ultimately the kind of interpretation you are going to come up with. So, this is very, very important, understanding the type of literature you are reading when you are reading any book of the Bible. So, I move to number 3, observation question number 3. Which is question when. Question when. When was the book written? So when was the book written? So like you see, when you look at the way the books of the Bible are arranged, you see we had the book of Job. So one could have thought that maybe Job lived around the time of David and Solomon when you look at the arrangement of the books in the Bible. But when you probe further to know about the date of the book, or when that event actually took place, then you will discover that Job lived around the time of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, around that period. So that was when Job lived. So probing further will help you to understand the book in a better way. When was the book written? When when did this event happen in relation to other events? You understand? When did this event happen in relation to other events? When was this prophecy given? When was this prophecy fulfilled? Has it been fulfilled? If it had been fulfilled, when? These are the questions that one can ask. Of course, now I'm done with this part of the observation questions. The next session, I'm going to be dealing with the other 3 remaining questions.